I was kind of putting this off for a little while. I wound up writing it between 2 and 4 o'clock this morning. It was handwritten. It was about 5 pages. I think, well, that's much too long. And is that actually good? Oh, that's so much better. This is an inside joke, but for.
So the only way that my mom thinks that we can hear her calling through the house is if she calls our name like this, because it amplifies it better. Like this. So now we know that truly it does work.
We've never given her a microphone before, and we won't. All right. For those who know me well, you'll agree when I disclose that I'm basically a pretty rational guy. I tend to analyze situations and use technical approaches to understand and communicate. I've got a chart here that will show how that works. You can see I'm in the quadrant upper corner there, and you can deduce the parameters that represent and infer my predictive behavior. So you see what I mean? For those of you who know my wife, Kathy, Kathy to some of you, Katie to a few of you, to a couple of you, she's over here on the chart, and while it's only inches away on the chart, in real life circumstances, that gap seems much larger. I'm done. I'm done with the chart, but thank you. So, while I'm analyzing things, she's feeling things. She's driven to check in with everyone and see how they're doing. And she takes responsibility for making sure everyone's feeling better. And then repeating that. So anytime we leave an event, it takes 40 minutes to say goodbye. And then on the way home, she's calling and texting and wondering how everyone's doing. Rationally, you wouldn't think we're that good a match. In today's parlance, if we were reading each other's 411, we'd probably swipe left. But you know what? We've been married pretty happily for 28 and a half years. And I don't think either of us has any plans to modify that status, so it seems to be working for us. And along the way, we raised a couple of pretty decent female citizens. A little more about that later. A side story. During our premarital counseling, we were asked to take some compatibility tests separately about our viewpoints on stuff like kids and finances and communicating and movies and pets and etc. The pastor was pretty grim when he saw the results, and he told us we'd scored quite far apart. Had we even been talking to each other? And of course, I thought the test must be flawed, or perhaps it was scored incorrectly. And Katie was thinking, oh my God, our marriage is doomed. I have to call my mother right now. But we had been talking is the thing, except when we were making out and stuff. And so we talked about the test right away, and as we talked, we found out that the reality was we were aligned on virtually every topic. We just answered differently. Every answer was on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being, I agree with every particle of my being, and 10 being, well, my disagreement is utter and complete, and the statement is wrong, wrong, wrong. And everything in between. And the questions were like, I like pets, or I tell my partner the truth. And Katie had finished 40 questions in about 3.5 minutes. Oh, this is easy. Everything was 1s and 10s. Pets, I know. So tell the truth only, always. Meanwhile, I took 2 hours. I asked the pastor for scratch paper and colored highlighters, and I answered mostly 3s and 7s. Pets, well, I like the idea, but I wouldn't want a gorilla, for instance, and there's allergies to consider. And so you get the gist. So you may be asking yourselves, what the hell have we been talking about? What is this leading up to? Well, Relationships and marriages are tricky. They're evidently unpredictable. Common knowledge is that about half end in divorce or breakup, and it seems to me that there was this big scandal about a cheating website a couple of years ago, and I don't recollect what the name of that was, but it led to the fact that a whole lot of supposedly happy unions, in fact, were rife with infidelity, and so there's a lot of issues out there. What can guarantee success against these odds? Well, nothing really. But what really helps are three things. Thing one, being decent people who treat each other lovingly and well, even after the initial relationship infatuation fades. Thing two, being committed people who'd rather roll up their sleeves and tackle a problem and rather than throwing up their hands and quitting. And three, keeping God in the relationship along with a community of supportive friends and family. So what do we have here? Kelsey and Thomas. They've been together a few years now, so there's some evidence about their compatibility and their habits. You hope college kids who've assembled here have got a much better idea of, thank you, what they were like, how they behaved in their first 4 years. You saw them a lot more up close than we did. You saw the initial infatuation, or as we call it, the Twitter-pated stages. We here at home have, over the years, seen countless gestures, large and small, that are evidence of niceness and caring. I think it's woven into their DNA to be good to each other and to other people. They've overcome time and distance to become closer and perhaps more solidly in love than ever before. That speaks to commitment, thing one. They both try so hard to solve problems during them and even before they occur. I expect they've been model students in their premarital classes. Kelsey uses post-it notes and phone notifications and calendar reminders to keep herself spontaneous and to plan surprises for Thomas. Thomas folded 1,000 cranes, well, technically 999 cranes, and checks in with Kelsey by phone or Skype at least daily, I believe. They studied and learned how to argue diplomatically and make up effectively. I've seen that work. They budget together, plan trips, know how to speak tactfully, always have each other's back when outsiders criticize us. Haters gonna hate. They work at this stuff. And we certainly see evidence of success of all three elements here tonight. Your presence here is a ringing endorsement of God's endorsement and the community family support that I think they can count on. We love Kelsey. She's clever and funny and resourceful and humble, dedicated and eager, thoughtful. We love Thomas. He's cheerful and earnest and diligent, bright and playful, insightful and loyal. We love Kelsey and Thomas together. They're fun, interesting, dynamic, generous, helpful, creative, loving, nurturing, committed. You probably have a few on your own mind as well. I'm not usually a betting man. I know Katie's not a betting man. I'm really sure of that. But I'm putting our money and trust in this marriage. I think it's one for the ages. I can't wait to see how it blossoms. I expect you agree with me, so please join me in toasting them. To Kelsey and Thomas Flath. Amen.